Greetings everyone. Today's public open message is aimed towards a person that is known by many as Cyraxx. I decided to make today's open message for him into a PodVid and not in writing because, just like with Christian, Cyraxx too is having a hard time distinguishing who is a troll and who is really trying to be legit with him. And so, this open message will be public for everybody, and especially for Cyraxx. But if my open message has an opposite effect to what I really try to say or and achieve, because I am aware that Cyraxx is internet infamous, if I am allowed to say so, then I may have to age restrict or and unlist this message. But we'll see. We'll see. So, who is Cyraxx? Well, Cyraxx is a person that mostly spends his time on the internet, or so it seems to me. He produces various kinds of YouTube videos, from rap songs to racing games let's plays, if I am defining that correctly. And he also unfortunately gets invited to online debates, and it doesn't end well for him. Such as when people try to point out to him that he's not allowed to profit off of certain free-to-use beats, because that's against the rules, and he doesn't get it seems. So basically, if I got this correct, Cyraxx takes a beat, raps over them or it, and voila, the song or beat has been Cyraxxed, and he allegedly, mostly always, forgets to credit the actual source material, and I heard that he makes money out of it, which he isn't allowed to do, like I said. Now, I am not so well read with copyright laws and what makes an okay beat or sample, but I don't think what Cyraxx does is okay. I don't think so. I mean, I don't think just, changing an octave or two and rapping over that beat doesn't make it yours or original. But basically, Cyraxx is just tilting the song to the left and he thinks it's okay. He thinks. But it's not okay. There was this guy in Japan that composed music for Dragon Ball, both for Kai and for some games as well, since the 1990s, I think. And for years he plagiarized very popular songs or movie soundtracks and incorporated them into Dragon Ball without permission. And this was a time before you had YouTube or Wikipedia or anything like that. I am of course referring to Kenji Yamamoto. Not to be confused with the Metroid composer with the same name. Mr. Yamamoto, if I may call him that, plagiarized songs like Stratovarius, Black Sabbath, the main theme for Terminator, a few compositions from James Cameron's Avatar movie, songs from Disturbed, and etc 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 etc. But then in 2011, they finally fired him. As for what this has to do with Cyraxx, Cyraxx isn't as tech-savvy and musically taught as Mr. Yamamoto, so a lot of people aren't going to say at least Cyraxx had a good taste, or he may have stolen songs, but he made them better. No, people are not gonna say that, at least not this time. This time, people aren't going to say the same thing they said about Mr. Yamamoto. But anyways, aside from Cyraxx's quote-unquote music, he also yells at people on online debates, as previously stated. He allegedly sometimes says he's going to get the police involved if people don't ST*U and leave him alone. And Cyraxx does not seem to like it when you compare him to Christian, or when some people say stuff like, "You're the next Christian, this is so funny." And sadly, because of the reality that Cyraxx responds to people in a very loud, screechy way, and he believes that it is okay to sell someone else's beats without permission, because of these actions, Cyrax has been categorized as a lol cow, sadly for him. And now that I have established who Cyrax is, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am going to introduce myself with my YouTube handle, so... Hi, I am Hybrid PodVid, or in English, Hybrid PodVid. Nice to meet you, Cyrax. I am not your enemy, I am not your friend, I am not your family, I am not a troll, I am not calling you Christian, and no, I would never say that you are the next Christian in line. I wouldn't do that. And no, I am not calling you autistic or Aspergic. No. I didn't create this open message to add fuel to the fire. I will tell you soon why I created this open message podvid, but first... Speaking of Christian, I am very much familiar with his lifelong journey. But I am no Christorian. I'm not. I myself made a series called Analyzing Christian. They're not troll videos or videos talking down to him. No, I didn't produce those to troll him. I produced those because I wanted to study him, give my opinion of him, and to take him apart, and to see what this and that means. And is there a takeaway from his life story aside from the autism? Because I don't believe Chris does what he does because of his autism, at least not all the time. But aside from Christian and my series of podvids, I am also microscopically known for another series called Hero or Villain Mr. Medicare. And that's it. I am microscopically known for these podvids. Microscopically. I am someone who doesn't even do YouTube as a full-time thing. I only do YouTube as a pet project. It's just a side hobby for me. And as I am in the making of this podvid, I have no intentions or plans to make a career out of YouTube. No. Oh, no. Oh, no, believe me. Believe me. I know it's not gonna work that way. I know that. But what about you then, Cyrax? Are you more active on YouTube than me? Do you have more videos than I do? Are you known to more people than me? Do you have a hook to your videos, whether you do so intentionally or not? And do you have people talking about you, such as Smokey McSee, the Grease Wizard, or Based Shaman? And the answer is yes. You, Cyrax, have built up quite the following for yourself, regardless if the opinions of you is good or bad. And I've seen a few snippets of your videos and I noticed how you're upset about what people say about you, or to you personally. But you know, Cyrax, it doesn't have to be that way. For you see, I have an idea for you. But first, let me tell you about another YouTuber that takes advantage of the bad light that people cast him in. A lot of people on YouTube really like to dislike bomb his videos into an oblivion. And that person is known on YouTube as Nicocado Avocado. But for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to refer to him as Nick. Back in the day, Nick was a thin guy that used to do YouTube violin videos. But sadly, not so much anymore, because he realized he didn't get that many views from it. So instead, he started making mukbang videos where he would eat a ridiculous amount of food in front of the camera. And sadly, that would lead up to him becoming overweight. And that also sadly led up to him becoming like a crazy funny fat guy in front of the camera. But believe it or not, Cyrax, Nick actually makes money from this negative situation he puts himself in. How? Well, he gets a lot of views from it. And he sells t-shirts with his face on it and such. I may not be a fan of Nick, I'm not, but I do think his t-shirts with his Sad face on it is so funny. And you know, it got me thinking. Why don't you, Cyrax, do the same thing? No, not not mukbang videos, but you know, why don't you take this bad situation you're in right now and make money out of it, just like Nick? I mean, you never know, maybe you can turn this around and make a decent profit from this. It doesn't have to be in the thousands or millions of dollars. Doesn't have to be that way. I mean, let's say you get $100 or $500 a month, then that's a win-win for you. And you know you can make a decent profit from this, right? Why? Because like I said, you, Cyrax, have achieved something that a lot of YouTubers only dream of. You got quite the following. How do I know this? Because people are talking about you, like I said, and people invite you over to their online calls, like I said. And that's how I know you got something that other YouTubers do not. You got a decent following. And now that you have achieved something that only a few YouTubers can, I think now would be a good time for you to open up your own store. If I was in your shoes, Cyrax, I would open up an OnlyFans account and wish people happy birthday for $5 in about, let's say, 60 to 120 seconds or something. I would have been all like, shoutout goes to Morty and William G-Hole, happy birthday Morty, happy effing birthday William G-Hole, and I'm gonna rap to this song to commemorate the moment, happy effing birthday. If you had an OnlyFans account, if I understand that correctly, I would pay you money to wish me happy birthday, Cyrax, for $10. Here is $10. Do your Cyrax thing and wish me happy birthday. And you can also, Cyrax, you can also sell Cyrax Halloween masks and t-shirts. I want to have a t-shirt with your face on it with, I don't know what the video is called, but there's a video of you moaning like a zombie whatever, and you have red lipstick. And I would buy that t-shirt from you. I would. If you would open up a store. And Cyrax, you could also open up a Let's Play channel where you play a game of your own choosing, live, with super chats. And whatever people write in those super chats shouldn't matter to you. It's good money after all, regardless if the comments comes from trolls or from actual fans. Now, I've seen bits and pieces of you responding to quote-unquote trolls in your videos, and I'm not gonna lie, you make me laugh. You're an unintentionally funny guy, Cyrax. Now, I had this idea for you to make money online, because I am someone who doesn't want to see someone like you unintentionally take the near identical path as Christian did. Christian had his, or her, chance to sell t-shirts or make happy birthday only fan videos, but it's too late for him or her now. And now he or she is going to be in jail/prison until they are in their late 40s or early 50s, I presume. And what do you think Chris is gonna do when he's finally released years later? He's not gonna go home, or to his mom's retirement home, or to relatives. No, I don't think so. I think Chris will be sleeping on the street, or maybe the state will put him in some kind of a group home or take care home for autistic people, while he's being monitored or under watch, since, you know, he's got a criminal record now. And you know, Cyrax, I figured maybe I can try to say something to you. I may not be the one to change your mind, but I am hoping to do something for you. I'm hoping I can help you out, even if you watch/listen to this or not. You are yet another person who's been perceived as yet another lol cow by some people, whether you realize it or not. But unlike the trolls, weens and fake fans from the Christian saga, I am not going to help you by changing you into someone you're not. Because this is what some people try to do with Christian. and it didn't work. And I am certain that the same thing applied to you, or applies to you, maybe. In one of my episodes of Analyzing Christian, Chris and Niceness, Autism versus the Environment, what I said in summary was some trolls tried to be sneaky in their approach. They asked Chris to do a Mirror's Edge video because they wanted him to lose weight. But you see, Cyraxx, some trolls try to quote-unquote help you by nudging you in the right direction, sort of like Christian. Some of your trolls try to point out the flaws in your songs, or maybe you should stop making daily YouTube videos and spend more time with your own family, nudge nudge. But sadly, these attempts didn't work for you. Some of those trolls failed to make you see the errors of your ways. But you see, Cyraxx, I don't want to change you, for I see that adaptability for you seems to be an alien thing, kinda like Chris. So instead of turning your life around and learning from scratch, my idea for you will make you profit from the very people that trolls you. Now, I've seen some snippets where you complain that you can't work at an actual job, or you seem to be worried about how you're going to live your life now that your mother/grandmother is in the hospital. And I like to say this for the record, since I don't know you personally, so I just want to say that I don't think anybody else is gonna take you in or take care of you after her passing. And like you said, you can't work at an actual job. At least not at this point in your life you can't. Because I think, in my opinion, sadly that train has already passed you by. I mean, considering you don't have an apprenticeship or an higher education, I think your only option now is to scrub toilets or mop the floor. I mean, is that the reason why you can't have an actual job? Because you have no apprenticeship or a proper education, I think. But you know, Cyraxx, I actually don't want that for you. I don't want you to scrub toilet for a minimum salary or mop the floor. No, I don't want that for anybody else at all. And I don't want anybody to be sleeping on the street. No. But you know, just to be clear, I cannot take you in. I mean, I live all the way up here in Sweden, and Noll from Kiwi Farms cannot take you either. He can't. He already played his part as the big brother for Christian. And I don't think Noll wanna do that again. Also, I would like to make sure that I cannot white knight some of your certain actions you've taken, such as lifting beats without asking for permission first, because I heard you made money out of them without permission, and I can't white knight that. And there are some other things that I cannot white knight that you had done that I cannot mention lest YouTube gives me a strike. I cannot console you, Cyraxx, or talk down to you like a child. No, I didn't create this PodVid to hold your hand and tell you everything's gonna be okay. No, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to be all like, okay little bro, I'm going to look out for you, shield you from the trolls and give you some money, whatever? No, I can't do that. I have a life of my own, you know. I have my own struggles in life that I have to overcome. And so do you, Cyraxx. No offense, Cyraxx, but just because I'm giving you an inch, you know, I'm trying to help you, it doesn't mean you're going to go for a mile with me and take advantage of my good intentions. No, I'm just trying to nudge you in the right direction. I'm just giving you some advice, like I said. And I don't want anybody to go down the same path as Christian did, and to be sleeping on the streets, or in a group home. No, I would never wish that upon anybody, especially not to my worst enemy. I am just trying to be friendly with you, Cyraxx, and give you an idea on how to flip the table on the trolls. I am giving you this idea because I don't want anybody to be sleeping on the street, like I said. If this was up to me, then I want basically everybody to be living their own lives in peace. Now, I heard rumors that you may or may not have been bullied in school, and may have had a rocky upbringing. If this is true, then I presume that your childhood must have been tough because of your unique circumstance, if I may call it that. And you said in one of your videos that you didn't have much of a father figure growing up. Does this mean that you latch on to other people? Or maybe you're trying to find a family in a group of people, like the trolls? Because I've heard that most people who don't grow up without dad in their lives are more likely to be overly attached to their group of friends or circle, and that fatherless child is more likely to see that group as part of their family. Is that one of the reasons why you respond to trolls? Is it? Because maybe you see your trolls as part of your family. Now, when you have trouble both at home and being bullied at school, I presume, then something's got to give. Maybe that's why you're lashing out on people on the internet, to strangers, because of maybe, I don't know, pent up frustration from the past. You were powerless as a child to keep your family together, and you were powerless in school against the bullies, and you had no friends. Maybe that's why you stay home all day, and I'm guessing, I say, just guessing, I say, you want to be in charge of something, you want to have something for once in your life. Maybe you want to be the master of something, maybe the master of your own household. Maybe that's why you stay home, maybe. Oh, sorry, now I'm overanalyzing this and I'm derailing. I didn't mean to. Maybe one day I could make a analyzing Cyrax series. Maybe. But anyways, back on rail. Now, I don't feel sorry for you, Cyrax. I don't feel sorry that you allegedly sell somebody else's beats without permission. But I feel sorry for you in the sense that you may have grown up around incompetent adults, you had no close friends, and you had no father figure in your life, with a tough school life because of your uniqueness. I feel sorry for you in that way. I don't feel sorry for you what you're doing in the here and now. That I don't feel sorry about. But anywho, back to what I was saying about this business strategy for you. Now, I hear you sell other people's arts and beats in your online store, if this is true. If it is, then please, Cyrax, would you be so kind as to remove those tracks or beats from your current online store? If this is true. Because Cyrax, I want to ask you something. Would you be okay or feel comfortable if, let's say, you made some beats, wrote a poem, or drew some art on the internet for free for anybody to remix, repost, or use in their YouTube videos, as long as they don't make any money out of it? But then, someone broke your contract or rules, and that person made money out of your free stuff that you have said numerous times, hey, you know, you're free to use this material as long as you don't make any money. And that very person that stole your beats or art says, oh sorry, you know, we don't have any troubles here, right? We don't, because I apologized. I mean, I'm such a nice, intelligent young man, so I'll split the profit with you and we'll call it even, okay? Would you be okay with this, Cyrax, if anybody did this to you? Because, you know, I heard there was this one German guy that was not happy when you lifted and sold his beats without permission. If I understand this correctly, and if sources are correct, he said down in the comment section or something that people are allowed to use his beats for their songs as long as they don't sell them. If I read his comment correctly. But Cyrax, if you want to win people over and regain their trust and consumer trust, then all you have to do is to remove those specific tracks / beats from your online store that you're not allowed to sell. And that'll be it. That's it. That's all you gotta do to win people over. Then, and only then, can you start selling Cyrax t-shirts and other stuff that trolls may wanna buy from you. I have been observing you for some time, Cyrax, and I've seen your internet activities and read up on you in your past. And I'm thinking, hey, wouldn't it be nice if your end result was like that in the movies? People may have laughed at you in school and online, but you're laughing it all up in a bank. This is what I am suggesting to you, Cyrax. This is why I think making money online with your own goods could work for you, instead of selling other people's beats and songs without permission. And when you succeed in selling your own goods and etc, etc, then you don't have to worry about working as a minimum wage toilet scrubber when your caretaker passes away. Because, like I said, you garnered quite a following for yourself. I myself can't make a profit out of YouTube. I can't. Because, like I said, I am only microscopically known for some of my PodVids, and I only do YouTube part-time. But as for you, Cyrax, people know who you are, or they heard about you in passing, and of your meme status. Yeah, Cyrax, you are a meme, whether you realize it or not. And you seem to be active on YouTube much more than I do. But with my idea, you will be able to support yourself financially, take care of yourself, and have the last laugh after all. And do you know what I will think of you and your potential success? I will be very happy for you, and I would celebrate in your honor. I would be all like, yes, woohoo, woohoo, he did it, he did it, he turned the table around and now uses the trolls in his favor. I would be very happy for you, Cyrax. But, I feel like I've said what I had to say now. I didn't mean to repeat myself and go in circles, so I will leave you with this final message. Good luck with your new business strategy that I suggested just for you. If you are gonna take my advice or not, that is. And here's hoping you will make the best out of your current situation. So, take care and bye bye for now.